Hi, this is Yarn Journey. I'm going to try to show you how to make these little smaller 6-petal flowers on the MonsterTail Loom. The reason I have this all zoomed out is I want to just talk about bands. The hardest bands to work with are the opaques. So that's what I'm going to do the video on, to show you that they can be done. I have different examples here. And when I put the macro lens on, we'll go through that. The easiest bands to make a white daisy are these little round white bands that came with the metallic bands. I don't know if you can buy them separately like that. That's the easiest one to get just a single level flower that always works. And then the centers would be mangoes because they're also waxy. And then the back band is this yellow color, and I went over that in my first video. But when I zoom in, I'll talk about that a little bit more, so people don't have to watch that video. So now let's just talk about bands. So if you're using your opaque bands, to increase your chance of success is I look through my bands, that's why I have a big pile here, and I find the ones that are the fattest. And I set those aside. Those are going to be my petals. The rest of the bands can be used for other things, you know, like the backs or the next to the center. And the same thing with the yellows. I'm going to look, and I just need the thick ones for the centers. The reason is that they're so stretchy that the thicker they get, the less stretchy they are. And I mean, it's not that much, but it makes a little bit of difference. The band won't look so baggy. So I'm going to set those thicker bands aside, and so that I have those for my centers and my petals, and that just will increase my chance of success. And I'm going to put on the macro lens now, so I have to turn off the camera, and we'll see if we can make these close up and in a better focus. All right, bye. Okay, I'm back. This is the first daisy chain that I made. It was when I was first discovering that loops could be pulled out into flowers. And I used 2 white bands for the front and the back to hold the loops in place. This one I did have trouble with the regular rainbow looms, and this is an off-brand. You can see it's starting to split. See the little chip in there? So, so these aren't the rainbow loom manufactured bands. So this is when I was first playing around, and then I found out that you didn't need to put 2. You could just put 1, and it could be the same color as your center, and that the back could be the same color as the center. So, and these are the round bands that are the, I think they're silicone, that came in with the metallics and the metallic bands. And they make a really nice, easy center to pull out, because they're always round, they don't twist, and the mango centers and the, you know, light yellow in the back. So if you want an easy flower, I would use this type of band setup because they just always work. So, but today we are going to be doing the regular opaque rainbow loom bands, and as you can see, they do work. This one here is the technique in my first video, where I loop both of the front and the back band off onto the green. And this is the one where I'm going to do today, where I loop the front band off when I loop off the petal band onto the same band. You do the petal stitch, and then you loop these ones over, like I do with the roses. It gives you a slightly smaller bloom with slightly rounded petals, but there's not that much difference really. You can kind of see the, this is tighter in here, so you can pull the whole center out easier. This one, some of your white bands show in the center. So, you know, but they're both pretty blooms and they both work. So I'm going to show you those, and then if I have time, I'll do double blooms, and these are both with regular opaque bands. This is the light pink and red. I meant to put the brown, but I put the green on to make it more like a flower on a tree. And then this is the same color combination that I used to have more trouble working with. But now that I'm more familiar with them, they're coming out fine in the opaque bands for me. But these are more difficult to work. I found, let me see, where are they? Yes. You know, I think that these tie-dye bands are really easy to work with. I had success almost immediately with that, and with the opaque in the back and the mangoes in the front to slide, mangoes and jellies in the front. That was the easiest one for me to do when I was first starting out. I've only been playing with this since maybe late March, that I even knew that you could make a flower. So so I'm still learning too, and so when I get more information, I'll share, but it's still a process, you know, a learning process. So let's get started. So I'm going to find my big, thicker yellow rubber band, and we're going to try to keep this in zoom. I'm sorry about the fireworks. I got really close to that, didn't I? I didn't realize I was so close. It was almost like I was shouting at you, but I must have just adjusted the camera differently, because I had to take the camera off to do something. I forget. I had to take it off the tripod, so when I put it back on, it must have came into a different space. Okay, so I'm going to cross this one. Am I still in? Yeah, okay. And this one, just like I did with the other flowers. Keep looking over here, over my shoulder here. Basically, I tend to go slow on things. I'm not a quick and dirty type of crafter. I'm more reserved about it, and take my time and enjoy the process. So if you like things to be really fast, it does get faster, but it will take a lot of practice. So I'm going to make sure my red is over here, so I can just go in the same order as I always do. And this time I'm going to just have it on 3 pegs because I want a smaller bloom. I'm going to put my 2, so I'm only going to do 1 layer on this particular flower. So I just need to put 1 layer down. And then I'm going to just do a regular size yellow band. Put that on there. So I get all 3 of them on there like that. And I'm going to make sure I have a little bit of space in the top and the bottom. Well, not yet, but I'm push them down. Because that way too, if you push them down before you fishtail, it's less likely that one's going to come off either. And I'm going to do these 2 on the sides first. That helps even out the stretching too a bit. And I'm going to do those. Yeah, I often forget to push them down, and then I'm working right at the top, and I have to use my thumbnail to keep the loops on. Okay, so now I'm going to go halfway. And just use a regular size band. Okay, and I'm going to loop off my 2 middle ones first. Even though there's not a lot of pull on the petal, because this is pretty even spacing, there is a lot of pull on this band that's going all the way around. That's the one that you're trying to even out when you do these ones first. Okay, is that in focus? Yeah, I just have to angle my hand just right to keep it in focus. I'm just using my Canon DSL camera because I don't have a smartphone. We also don't have fast internet, so uploading takes forever. I'm starting to get complaints, so I think we're going to have to look into faster internet service. So I'm going to go under here. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I've got the bottom one in there. Okay, so that's it. Now to make this so that there's more room to pull out the petals, I'm going to go this right now. And if you're doing it the old way, you would have put the green band on and then put these off one at a time instead of one now and the second one after the green is on. Okay. So hopefully this will increase your chance of success with these little blooms. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking a little irregular in here, isn't it? Okay. That doesn't look like much. Okay, so I'm going to take these over. Okay, so we got all those on. Then we can go in here, but we don't have to because there's just one layer in here. So you see what it looks like? And you can go in here and it just pops right up there. See, it popped down, but it was popped up. And you can give it a little tug so it'll be easier to see. And remember that this pin is, and this pin are the same bands. Okay? So it's this, and this are the same band. So if you pull out this one, you'll want to go and get this one next. And this one. Because that's going to be the same layer band. And the same here. This one, that came out a little bit much. But we'll see if we can even it up. There we go. So you just want to get them started so you can find them later. And we're pretty lucky I don't have any twists. We're pretty lucky we don't have any twisting ones. Yeah, just rocking my hand goes in and out of focus. It's interesting. Okay, so then we're here. We're going to just fold it up. Okay, and there he's in there. Now, oh, that's white. Ah, sorry. So here we're going to grab green. And pull it through. Okay. And here we have our little flower. And then again, you're just going to look around and you see that where the this band, and this band are the same, and I got that one a little pulled out a little bit more. So you just have to go around evenly. Take your time. And if you see one that's too, it's a little tight in there, isn't it? If you get one that's a little tight, you can just go in here in the back and loosen it up. That sometimes helps. See, it's these two little, let's see, let's get it into focus. If you have one that feels a little tight, you can go behind it. Okay, then go get these. Then go into the front here and loosen it up. And give it a little pull. Loosen it up. Give it a little pull. Okay. Ah, that came out of focus. It's so hard. Okay, so let's do that again on a different petal. Like this one's kind of, here we go. This one's kind of pulling back. So I would go in here, grab these two. There we go. Here. Plop my hook to the front. It's hard when I'm watching the monitor and not what I'm doing. Oh. There we go. So see, I just get them. It's just you can reach from the front and get them too. It's just that they're easier to find in the back. And then just pull it, and that tends to straighten out a petal. And that's also the exact same way I straighten out the petals for the Lily of the Valley. I just loosen up if it's pulling to one direction, you have to loosen going the other, you know. Yeah, if it's pulling to the back, you have to loosen the front, you know, so that it can come forward. So we'll make another one with two, and we'll do that all again. So there we go. Oh, this one pulled out nice. You see, I got a nice empty center, which I like. That's the look I like. And with a little petal. So this is with the regular bands. And again, I go through the band, the loop, pick up these. Let's try to get it really in focus. I'd rather do this and just make a long video than trying to rush like I used to. I used to think people didn't want to watch a boring video of me. So, okay, and then I go in here and I pull it. I have like only 1/4 of an inch, don't I, to move here to stay in focus. And then see? And that'll help loosen up your little flowers. Your little petals, and you can pull them off to the other ones off to the side. Okay, so that helps make them lay flat. If you're getting some tight bands. Hope that's helpful for making a single layer in regular Rainbow Loom bands, opaque ones. Okay, so let's zoom back out. So now let's try a double layer one. Again, I'm going to get my fattest one that I have in my pile. And put it on for my center. Are we in focus? Yeah, okay. Okay. So now we're going to alternate layers of our thicker bands. I'm looking forward to the new tie-dye bands that are coming out. I really like them, those red and white flowers. Okay, our second layer. I've tried it with 3 layers on these. Since the petals don't separate as much as they do with the bigger ones, I really don't like the look of them. But go ahead and try. You know, if you have time and you want to see if you can get a pretty, really full bloom, go ahead and try. And then I'm going to just get a regular band and put it here, regular yellow, because I'm saving my thicker ones for centers. I'm going to take this on over. Sorry if I'm pausing, I'm just looking at the video. When it's really getting out of focus, it's because I'm watching what I'm doing and not the video. Okay, I'm going to put these in halfway. Take another yellow band and I'm going to bring it to the back. Oops. Okay, see it? Alrighty. And we're going to get under these, just like we did the other ones. They're going to be a little tighter because there's two, so I might have to use my thumb to get them off. I'm going to do the two middle ones first, just mainly for this underneath band to stretch evenly. Okay, and I'm going to get these corners. And I'm going really slow here. You don't have to go quite this slow. But, you know, it helps. Because the bands do take time to stretch and then go back into place. There you go. And again, to make increase our chances of success, I'm going to take these off first. Oops. And let's do the green. See, it's all in there. Looking a little messy, but it'll be all right. Okay. Yeah, if you can remember to do these ones first, that helps. But if you do the other ones first, you can usually, eventually, you know, work it around. You might have to take more time playing with it. Okay, so we have it. This one looks really big on that side, doesn't it? So then again, I can check and just make sure that I can find them all. So let's see, I'm in here. Let's bring it up a little. I'm resting my hand against the tripod trying to hold it still. Okay, and then see them? The two here that are white, and you don't want that, so then you pull that up just a little bit. And again, you know that this one and these two are all the same layer. So you're going to go around and work those first, and then you can go and get these ones. Oops, that one came out a little bit much. So be gentle, because you don't want to pull too much, because then you have to try to work it back evenly around. Oops. Okay, so yeah, I got two that are kind of bigger than this one here, so we'll have to probably try to even that out later. So you got all of them in here. This one's starting to want to go back and hide again. So you can just these ones kind of reverse position, but we can fix that later. So there you go. That's what it looks like in the back. Okay, so now I'll put my hand back down where I can rest it on the table. And I'm going to fold it up. I'm hoping this macro helps make these a little easier for people to follow. They're really not that hard to make. Time consuming, and you have to be gentle, but other than that, that's better focus. Of course, I'm looking up both ways and I keep missing that. There we go. Okay, and then so we have our little flower. Remember that so I might want, if they look uneven, like this bottom one looks like it's a little more uneven. That's why if you choose similar thicknesses and the thick bands for your petals and you don't have one that stretches out more than another, that's going to increase your chance of success if they're the same size. Because thicker bands will stretch a little less than the thinner ones, and so you might get a band that, you know, really stretches out and then another one, and then you'll get two different sizes. But then again, maybe eventually that might work to an advantage in a design where you want maybe two, and you do the looser ones around the outside, the bottom layer, and the, you know, and the less stretchy ones on the top layer, and you maybe you'll get two different sizes. I haven't tried that yet. That might be something. See, if you find a flaw, sometimes you can exploit it. So yeah, I'm holding it, kind of trying to control the pull a little bit so that so it doesn't just give. Okay, these are all laying pretty flat and not twisting. The center's pulling out. You see it? It's pulling out in there. I'm always going to see one, you know, the ones that came across here like that. Those ones are always going to be more prominent. So maybe I'm thinking, looking at this, that maybe I'm thinking, I look at this and I think, oh well, this one's too skinny. So then let's go in here, try it again. And I'll go in, let's see, go in the front, find that back band that might be just a little bit too tight. Before I used to dig for it in the front, and I found out, yeah, if I just go in the back, I can find it easy and just pull it to the front. And I'll, you know, pull on these a little bit, pull on this a little bit, just a little bit, because you don't want to break your bands. And then with the 5 petal flowers, where it's all one band around here, I'll probably pull on these side ones too while this is in here, because that seems to help, and that helps open up the petal a little bit. You can go through and do all of them if you want to, and you have the time, and but see, it works in the regular opaque bands and doubling them, and just how much time you want to spend adjusting. So let's see, where is it? This one? Oh yeah, it is this one. So yeah, so this is so I've got a start of a bracelet here, and I would just probably chain them together and do the chains. This one is, they're all in the middle, right? Yes, they're all in the middle, and this one also did them all in the middle, so that they're, because I was thinking daisy chain, but you can stagger them, you know, do whatever you want to with them. I hope this helps and that it is possible to do them in the opaque bands. And it just takes time because I've been doing it March, May, you know, about 4 months of practice. So, and I'm getting better at it than I was 4 months ago. So I hope I hope this makes it easier. Okay, good luck everybody who wants to make these little blooms. All right, bye.